unprepared or unqualified. However, growth happens through the process. A beginner writer may struggle with their first draft. An aspiring speaker may stumble through their first presentation. And a new business owner may face unexpected challenges. But with each attempt, skills improve, confidence grows, and experience accumulates. The sooner action is taken, the sooner one learns, adjusts, and moves closer to success. In the end, inspired action is the catalyst that transforms potential into achievement. It is about moving forward despite uncertainty, showing up consistently, adapting to challenges, and taking steps that align with a greater vision. Success does not come from waiting, overthinking, or fearing failure. It comes from acting with purpose, passion, and persistence. Those who take inspired action set themselves apart, turning ideas into reality and dreams into tangible success. Fear and doubt are natural human experiences, but they should never become barriers that prevent progress. Instead of viewing fear as a signal to stop, it should be seen as a sign of growth and transformation. Many of the most successful individuals in history have faced significant self-doubt and uncertainty, yet they push through their fears to achieve greatness. Fear is often a reaction to the unknown, a mental mechanism designed to keep us safe. However, in the context of personal and professional growth, fear is rarely a true threat. It is an invitation to step beyond comfort and into possibility. Those who learn to embrace and navigate fear rather than resist it find themselves unlocking new levels of achievement. One of the most effective ways to overcome fear is through preparation. Fear grows in the shadows of uncertainty, but preparation shines a light on the path ahead, turning anxiety into confidence. A student who fears public speaking, for instance, may feel overwhelmed by the idea of standing in front of an audience. However, if they take time to prepare their speech, rehearse multiple times, and anticipate possible challenges, their fear diminishes. They enter the stage knowing they have done the necessary work, allowing them to perform with confidence. This principle applies to nearly every challenge in life. Whether preparing for a job interview, launching a business, or taking on a leadership role, thorough preparation transforms fear into readiness. It shifts the focus from potential failure to the certainty of effort and knowledge. Self-reflection is another powerful tool in managing fear and doubt. Often, self-doubt arises not from a lack of ability, but from deeply ingrained limiting beliefs. People tell themselves they are not smart enough, not talented enough, or not ready yet, when in reality, these doubts are internal narratives rather than objective truths. By engaging in self-reflection, individuals can challenge these thoughts, replacing them with empowering beliefs. For example, a person who doubts their ability to succeed in a competitive industry can reflect on past achievements, identifying instances where they overcame obstacles and demonstrated resilience. Journaling, meditation, and even speaking with mentors can help uncover and reframe self-doubt, allowing individuals to replace fear with a sense of capability and readiness. Breaking goals into small, manageable steps is an essential strategy in reducing fear and anxiety. When faced with a daunting challenge, the mind often fixates on the enormity of the task, making it seem impossible. However, when that same goal is broken into smaller, achievable steps, it suddenly becomes much more manageable. A runner who has never completed a marathon would feel intimidated if they focus solely on the idea of running 26.2 miles. However, if they begin by running a single mile, then gradually increase their distance over weeks of training, the once impossible task becomes an attainable milestone. This concept applies to all areas of life. Instead of focusing on the end goal, focusing on consistent, incremental progress makes success feel less overwhelming. Seeking support from others plays a crucial role in overcoming fear and doubt. Fear often isolates people, making them feel as though they are facing challenges alone. However, sharing fears with mentors, friends, or supportive community brings encouragement, guidance, and reassurance. A young entrepreneur launching their first business may struggle with self-doubt, but by surrounding themselves with experienced mentors and like-minded peers, they gain perspective and confidence. Knowing that others have faced and overcome similar challenges fosters a sense of belonging and resilience. History is filled with examples of successful individuals who relied on strong support systems, from athletes working with coaches to CEOs consulting trusted advisors. Fear loses its grip when one realizes they are not alone in their journey. Fear is not eliminated overnight. Rather, it is weakened through action. The more frequently one faces fears, the more comfortable they become with discomfort. This is why those who regularly step outside of their comfort zones develop greater mental strength. A musician who struggles with stage fright can reduce their fear by performing in small settings before gradually moving to larger audiences. A professional who fears networking can start by engaging in one-on-one conversations before attending large events. Through repeated exposure, fear becomes less paralyzing and more manageable. At its core, overcoming fear and doubt is about choosing action over hesitation. It is about recognizing that fear is a sign of growth, not failure. Every major achievement requires stepping into the unknown, and every successful person has felt fear at some point. What sets achievers apart is not the absence of fear, but their willingness to move forward despite it. By preparing thoroughly, reflecting on strengths, breaking goals into manageable steps, seeking support, and taking consistent action, fear no longer serves as an obstacle, but rather as a stepping stone toward success. Believing in oneself is the foundation of success, enabling individuals to turn dreams into reality. It is not arrogance, but a deep conviction in one's ability to grow and overcome challenges. History is filled with examples of resilient individuals like Thomas Edison, who persisted despite repeated failures, proving that self-belief transforms obstacles into stepping stones. Self-awareness is key to building confidence. Understanding one's strengths and weaknesses allows for realistic goal setting and strategic improvement.